Hi Gemini, welcome to your January 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on when I post new content here. Happy New Year. It is January 3rd as I am recording this reading. We are still in Capricorn season. We did have Mercury stationing direct on January 1st, although we are still in the post-shadow period for about 2 weeks. But glad Mercury retrograde is over. We will have quite a few planets moving into Capricorn this month. I'm not an astrologer, but I love astrology, and I just always like to point out some of the transits that I'm aware of in case it's useful for y'all. So January 4th, tomorrow, Mars moves into Capricorn. January 11th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. January 13th, Mercury goes into Capricorn. January 23rd, Venus is in Capricorn. But January 20th, we do have Pluto moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius. I believe it will go back into Capricorn like in November-ish. Don't quote me on that. But then Pluto will go back into Aquarius at the end of the year, and it'll be there for the next 20 years. So it's a pretty big transit. Lots of astrologers have been talking about it for the last few years. It's already causing a ripple effect in the collective. But in any event, Gemini, I hope you are taking care of yourself. This will be a general energy reading for the Gemini collective for January 2024. This is not a personal reading, so put yourself where you go, take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. If you are interested in a personal reading, Gemini, I will link my details below. Please note that the only way to book a personal reading with me is via my website. I will never reach out to you directly to solicit you or consider you for a reading, and neither will any ethical reader. Always trust your own judgment and discernment because this is your life and you know it better than anyone else, Gemini. And remember that you have free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you're not super happy with, remember that you can change your perspective, how you deal with a person or a situation. Nothing is set in stone. Energy is constantly shifting. Opportunities are constantly changing depending on how we engage with reality. All right, Gemini, let's get going. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What are the most relevant messages for the Gemini collective for January? What messages do you have for Gemini at this time? Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What messages do we have for Gemini? More card. Get the clarifying deck here. Make sure you can see it. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, y'all. If the messages resonate, please like, please comment. Let me know how the energies are showing up for you. A good way to start to get more clear, accurate readings is to have an energy exchange with me, which means liking, commenting, engaging with the videos. It also helps with the algorithm and people finding this channel that need these messages. All right, why is Judgment in reverse here for Gemini spirit? Whoa, that's too many cards. Too many. Why is Judgment in reverse, Spirit? Why is the Sun in reverse? Why is the Sun in reverse for Gemini? Why is the Sun in reverse? Okay, again, too many cards. Just one or two cards, please, Spirit, for the Sun in reverse. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Why is the Sun in reverse? Okay. Why is the Nine of Wands in reverse here for Gemini? Why is the Nine of Wands in reverse? Why is the Three of Swords in reverse for Gemini? And why is the Page of Pentacles here? Again, sorry, y'all, just always want to make sure that you can see the cards and that it's not crooked, which is annoying. Sorry, y'all. It's not an exact science. All right, we'll leave it there. It's such a challenge. Okay, we'll leave it there. It's going to be a little crooked, but get over it. All right, Gemini. So Judgment in reverse. You're definitely having some challenges with trusting yourself, with trusting your own judgment at this time. Clarified by the Four of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. It looks like the universe is saying that you need some time to rest and reflect. That you've got a lot on your mind and you need to give yourself some time because there is an offer that is coming towards you. Now, I don't know what this offer is. It could be a career opportunity, a job offer, something abundant, something physical in this 3D reality. We'll pull a bit more, but basically right now you're not feeling very clear about how you want to move forward in this new year. You're not really trusting yourself. And I think that that's a bit of an issue in the sense that, like, if you can't trust yourself, right, to make the right decisions, how can you be open to anything that the universe wants to offer you, right? And I'm seeing that the way that you can start to gain clarity is by acknowledging that you're tired, acknowledge that you're burnt out, acknowledge that you need some time away, acknowledge that you need some rest. That's going to help you work through any energy blockages so that you're ready for this offer, whatever it is. Now, you might be dealing with some depression, the Sun in reverse. Maybe this Judgment in reverse card is talking about some decisions, some choices that you made in 2023 that you thought were going to lead to your happiness that did not. And you're really considering your choices moving forward because you do want them, you want your choices and your decisions to be in balance. Also, you can see this individual right with the Two of Pentacles, that this is also an infinity sign, which talks about your connection to the universe, but it's also an 8, and this is an 8-year. So it's like, for me, I'm getting that, like, you're having to acknowledge the ways in which you sabotaged yourself last year and how you maybe made decisions that you thought were going to bring happiness, but they didn't. And you can't avoid sort of the impact, which is you burned yourself out. You depleted your resources and your energy. And in many ways have been blocking something that the universe wants to offer you. But it's like you have to acknowledge what happened and acknowledge that you're not happy and that you do have some choices that you need to make so that you can come back into balance. 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles in reverse to me is giving workaholism. It's giving me, even though internally you've kind of known that you can only do so much, you haven't really been honest with yourself about what your capacity truly is. And you've been giving into workaholism. You've been giving into this belief that you constantly have to be hustling and grinding. You've, been burning the candle at both ends. You've thought to yourself that unless you do it all, it's not going to get done. And that's not true. But if you believe that, right, you're going to be impacted in a multitude of ways. One, you're burning yourself out, right? Energetically, mentally, emotionally. But two, this belief that you have to kill yourself in order to be financially stable, in the end, it ends up sucking you dry. It ends up being a self-fulfilling prophecy because no one can do it all the time. And eventually those beliefs become a reality in that you call in sick and all of a sudden you start to get BS from your boss. Why? Because you believe that. Let me repeat that. It's like you have this operating system, this programming, Gemini, that has told you unless you do it all, unless you kill yourself, unless you're working 80-hour weeks, unless you never complain, you never take a day off, you're not going to be financially prosperous. So you go and you take this job and you're working at 110% for however long you're there. Let's say you're there for a year and all of a sudden you hit a freaking wall because you've been running away from the reality that you cannot actually do it yourself. So then the moment you have to call in sick because you can't handle it, you start to see the truth of the situation. That it wasn't so much that you have to be working 365, 24/7 to make money. It's that because of this belief, you ended up working for a company that only wants to exploit their workers. A place where if you need to take time away, you're punished. A place where if you take a vacation, you end up paying for it in the end and being asked to make a false choice in the sense that like you're in a place where you've been believing that if you choose yourself, that means that you're selfish. If you need a sick day, that means that you're not a hard worker. And none of those things are true, but when you believe them, you end up putting yourself in situations and environments that reinforce that belief system. So hopefully that makes sense the way that I explained it. 3 of Swords in reverse clarified by the 6 of Cups in reverse. I do see you like being done with this past way of being that has only led you to lies and betrayal. I don't think that you want to go back to the past necessarily, but there's also maybe some sort of avoidance on your part, Gemini, as far as acknowledging how past disappointments have impacted you. I don't know, right, if you come from a family where there was a lot of financial insecurity, instability, and you're still kind of working through acknowledging the ways in which your childhood, your upbringing, your culture has affected you, right? And you may still be struggling to believe that you can have everything that you deserve. I know you don't necessarily want to go back to the past. You want to move on, but it's like until you process it, it's going to be a thing. Give me 1 second, Gemini. My throat's been a little bit dry, so... Page of Pentacles clarified by the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Don't be afraid to start something new. I'm definitely getting that this Ace of Pentacles is giving you an opportunity to start something new. And that may be intimidating for you because maybe this job, maybe this career path that you've been on for a while, and from the outside looking in, it looks like you're established and successful, but ultimately it's clear to me that like this path that you've been on, Gemini, it's caused you to have to like give up the things that actually make you happy. It's caused you to question your own judgment. It's put you in a place of feeling like you have to constantly do it all and work yourself to death in order to be financially stable. And the universe is saying that you need to be open to something new. You need to be open to starting over and holding on for dear life to your money, hoarding it, and using fear as a motivator and thinking that fear is going to keep you financially stable is not true. Whatever you thought would lead to happiness, it's clearly not making you happy. And if the things that you've been investing in, Gemini, which for me, I'm definitely getting job, career, maybe a project that you've been working on over the last year or so, at least in 2023, right? Coming to this conclusion that like you're so freaking tired and you were expecting from this situation this abundant offer, but all it's done is deplete you of your life force, your happiness, and you know you've got to make some hard choices. You got to acknowledge the way that you've depleted yourself, how you've overdone it, how you've overextended yourself, how you constantly said yes to things. And then as soon as you said no, you started to see the truth. That's usually what happens. It doesn't matter if it's friendships or family or a romantic partner or work. One of the best ways, Gemini, that you can know if a person or a situation is in alignment with you is to communicate boundaries. Because if you start saying, no, I don't have time for that, or you start saying, hey, well, I'm working on these 3 other things, can you help me prioritize, to your boss, right? And they get mad at you because they just expect you to be a yes man or a yes girl or person, however you want to put it. Gender's irrelevant. They just want you to keep doing it. And I think that like this is definitely tied to some childhood wounding, programming. Again, like it could be that, you know, there was a lot of mental conflict at home when you were growing up because money was tight. And because of that, you turn into a workaholic and it's no longer serving you, but you're having a hard time acknowledging that, maybe because you don't want to say anything bad about your parents. You're like, hey, they weren't perfect, but they loved me. And it's like something to understand, Gemini, is that multiple things can be true at the same time. Your parents can have done the best that they could have, but they also could have put you in a place where because of their own patterns and beliefs, it led you to this lack mentality where you started to believe that the only way that you could be happy and successful and fulfilled was to kill yourself, was to be a workaholic, was to do everything your manager asked you to do. But that's clearly not true, because what you've been doing hasn't been making you happy. And that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you, Gemini. It means that you're not in alignment in your life. 9 of Pentacles. I pulled that as I was talking, so it's been sitting there. It's like this Page of Pentacles, this offer that's coming, once you can give yourself some time to rest and reflect. It is something new. It is maybe a new industry, maybe opportunity to start your own business, maybe, you know, a collaborative project on the side, whatever it is. Once you can like get over this old programming of fear and avoidance and believing that you have to kill yourself to be successful, it's like once you can like work through that and take this step forward and be okay with starting something new, this opportunity is going to lead you to 9 of Pentacles. That's all about financial abundance and independence and having everything that you need. It's like you letting go of the things that don't make you happy, you getting clear about how you've overextended yourself, how you've burnt yourself out, how you've been giving too much and not getting what you deserve, being clear about how your old thought patterns, your past, your childhood has, you know, put you into this place. All of us, right? All of us have old patterns and conditioning and belief systems to let go of. It can be scary to start at the beginning, but it's clearly going to lead to abundance. Any additional advice or insights, Spirit, for Gemini on this situation? Oops. 5 of Swords in reverse. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be cutthroat in order to choose yourself. And nobody should put you in that situation, Gemini, right? Like I was saying earlier, and I was saying it over these cards, which should not be a coincidence to me. The way that you find out who should be in your life is by clearly communicating who you are and what your boundaries are. The people that are meant to be in your life are going to respect you. Anyone else who gets offended by you choosing yourself, by you saying, hey, you know, like I just need to go home early today. I can't help you with that today. I can't take on this additional project. The people that respect you are going to respect you for being honest and stating your boundaries. That's how you weed out the people that are not meant to be in your life, is by being clear with your boundaries. The High Priestess, trust your intuition, Gemini. Go deeper into your spiritual practices. This like Four of Swords, it's not just necessarily about resting and napping. I'm definitely getting like, find some time to meditate, find some time to journal, right? Like obviously Gemini, you're an air sign, so there's lots of mental overthinking, you know, ruminating thoughts, intrusive thoughts. Journal it out. Find a place for it to go instead of being stuck in your head, right? Any additional advice for Gemini regarding this situation? Thank you. Two of Cups, only invest in situations and people and relationships that are going to be reciprocal. Again, people that are meant to be in your life, people that care, people that are healthy, they're going to respect your boundaries. They're going to respect when you need to go within. They're going to respect your spiritual practices. You know, make sure that the people, the places, the jobs that you're investing in are giving you back as much as you're putting in, Gemini. Ace of Wands. There is a passionate new beginning, a passionate new offer that's going to be financially abundant for you. This is you tapping back into your purpose, your passion, realizing that it doesn't necessarily have to look the way that you were taught it was supposed to look, that if some job, if some career path is not working out for you, if it is making you depressed and unhappy because you loathe it, you hate that job so much, tap again and like this inner child stuff that maybe you've been avoiding because you don't want to blame your parents, which I understand, or you just don't want to feel it. You're going to need to feel it. All right, Gemini. Tap back into that passion. What were you passionate about as a child? What did you want to pursue as a child? Tapping back into your heart is going to bring other people that are aligned with you. It's going to help you gain that clarity because you're going to start to feel that momentum. You're going to start to feel the passion. And there's a line here in the Two of Cups, Leo. So fire energy, your heart. Leo is ruled by the heart. The way to your financial abundance is through your heart. But I know that it's been hard for you to access that. You've been depressed, you've been overdoing it, you haven't been able to give yourself the time. This is now the moment for you to take a step back, go within. It's going to start to become really, really clear to you the choices that you need to make and how you've been overdoing it and how you've been holding yourself back. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave that there for now. But I'm going to pull a card for you from the Soft Cosmic Concepts Oracle deck. Oh, this like very interesting. All right, Spirit, what final messages do you have for Gemini for January? If these messages are resonating, Gemini, please leave me a message below. Let me know how this energy is showing up for you. All right. We have winter, a period of soul searching and rest. How appropriate. All right, let me just, this card, okay, this is a short one. Focus, inner work, planning, recharging. This can be a time of solitude and introspection. There may be a need for reflection and planning for the future. Take this time to recharge your energy and cleanse your mind and space. If you need to press the restart button, now is a good time. I feel like that was so in line with the message. I'm going to pull another card or two from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Spirit, what final messages do you have for Gemini? Ooh, that was quick. Joy is the ultimate creator. Yeah, tapping back into your inner child and the things that made you happy. Maybe get out into nature by yourself, Gemini. My happiness is a direct reflection of the of my level of faith in the universe. Happiness is where it's at. Follow your heart, Gemini. I know that many of us have been conditioned to believe that following our heart is illogical, but I think that you are learning that the opposite is true at this time. Again, let me know how this is showing up for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you next time. Thanks, Gemini. Bye.